Hello, hola, Marco Moves here. This is Reggie. He's my personal trainer. Reggie, how long have you been a personal trainer?
That's a good question. Since December of 2019, actually.
It can't be, because I got my surgery in 2021.
Yeah.
So it had to be after that.
No. Oh, your personal trainer. My personal training in general.
Okay, my bad. Wrong question. Okay, Reggie, how long have you been a personal trainer?
2019.
2019, okay.
Yeah, so it was good.
Okay.
So, and then, how long I've been working with you? I want to say it had to have been pretty much, you had been at the other facility, the first one you started at, doing all the tempo work for 4 to 5 months prior.
I think maybe, yeah, I think something like that.
So, because it was right around that time frame. Because I know we started sometime in the spring.
Okay.
I want to say the spring of either 2022 or 2023.
I think 2023.
Probably 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before going to Reggie, I went to a place called the Perfect Workout. And the reason I liked the Perfect Workout was because, one, it was odd nautilus. I still weighed like 480, or I guess just below 500. It's still hard for me to move. And the Perfect Workout, their shtick was that you did the nautilus machine, you pushed out 10 seconds out and 10 seconds back. So it wasn't a lot of dynamic work. I was sitting in a position so I couldn't mess up the technique because I'm just pushing the thing out and back again, so I can't really mess up the technique too much. And then once I felt I got strong enough there, I decided to look around for a personal trainer. I went to this one place. They were closing down, and they mentioned going to
TFN.
TFN.
Yep.
Okay. And then I went to TFN, and that's where I met Reggie.
Yep.
Okay. So, a few questions. Okay, I got my questions here. Okay. Okay. When we first started working together, what was your initial assessment of my fitness level?
You had no fitness.
I had no fitness.
I mean, we were just like starting off. Like,
right.
Ultimately, the biggest thing is the biggest thing that we got away from, like, when it comes to the fitness assessment, is it wasn't like we could do a standard fitness assessment, because it's not like it was easy to get you up and down.
Right.
Like, there was no one of the big fitness assessments that people like to do is called FMS. So it's like you'll have somebody have a bar over their head, or not like a what you would expect is like a barbell, but they'll have like a PVC pipe,
Okay.
and they'll squat down, do an overhead squat, or like they'll do various like exercise patterns just so you can see where the limitations are. So really what you're doing is you use those models or those exercises as a means to say, okay, where do things mess up, right?
Mm-hmm.
For you, we never even did that.
What's the FMS stand for?
Functional movement screen.
Okay. Yeah, we never did that. We definitely did not do that. Yeah.
No, we literally had you come in, we wrote out your goals and what you wanted to do, and then quite literally we found that it was tiring for you to literally go up and down the steps.
Yeah.
So our baseline was, okay, great. Mark, there's a lot of things we have to eventually get you good at.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to just start? Because we'll start off by literally getting you good at being up and down and literally getting from point A to point B. And that's pretty much what we did. It was like our screening, if you will, our onboarding process was, okay, great, what is the very basic human movement patterns that we really need? And it wasn't even just human movement patterns. It was just, what are the things you want to do as a person? You know what I mean?
Right.
And we just started there.
Yeah. I remember you doing walking drills, because I used to shuffle across the ground because lifting my knee up kind of hurt. And so he put me a little plank thing, and I stood over it, and then walked back over it, and then again.
Yeah.
Okay. What were the biggest challenges you saw for me at the beginning?
For you in the beginning, I think it was a couple. One was, and I think this was the thing that once you got over that hurdle, you made extreme amounts of progress, is the feeling of being uncomfortable and actually embracing it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying uncomfortable in the sense of like, oh, I experience pain and I'm gonna push harder, but like the feeling of, oh my gosh, my lungs are pounding, oh my gosh, my heart is racing, holy cow, this is hard.
Yeah.
And we did, I was thinking about this. You know how we did that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we used to push the sled for 30 minutes.
Oh, God.
We literally would push the sled
God.
for 30 minutes. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, God.
So for context, what we used to do is we would have I would pretty much segment the workout into two halves, right? We would do an upper body half and we would do a lower body half, right? Because we couldn't last the whole hour doing one body part or like one specific piece. And also we've been seeing each other for one time a week, right? And I knew what you were doing on the outside was good at keeping you active, but it wasn't really going to be super. And it was good for some argue that it's good for like tendon health. but I knew it wasn't going to be the thing that was really going to help propel you. So it gave us an hour of just like deliberate push without having to worry about your recovery.
Okay.
So I remember what we would do is the first half, we would pretty much do the hard stuff. Anything that was key for us, right? So we'd always do your lower body first. We'd have you start off with just basic movements. Then from there, we would literally have you just push the sled back and forth. After you got over that, like the stepping, we would set up the little step and we'd say, okay, great, I need you to go over this 2-inch step. Right?
Yeah.
And then we'd say, okay, great, now we're going to make it 3 inches, right? Then we would go up a little bit further. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then once we got to the point where you were like huffing and puffing, or your balance was starting to get wonky, then I would say, all right, we're done with this. Screw it. We're on the sled. Let's keep going until you can. And then literally afterwards, you'd park it. You'd sit. Remember, we would have you sit on the box.
Yeah, the box. Yeah.
And then we would have you do like yeah. So yeah, I mean that I think was the hardest. Or to circle back to your first question of like limitations, I think the hardest thing you experienced was that first mental hurdle of being comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay. That's a good way of phrasing it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did my bariatric surgery and weight loss impact your approach to training me at all? Or not at all? Okay, how?
It was something new.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How was it new? What was new about it?
Well, and it wasn't necessarily the surgeries that like made the big differences. I think the surgeries changed how we approached your nutrition.
Oh yeah.
But the gastric bypass and everything really didn't affect your training as much as like you would anticipate. Like for us, it was more of your weight that affected the training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I loved about
bad knees.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a result of the weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest thing that changed a lot of my ideologies in terms of like training.
No.
Like at most, I don't think it necessarily changed it in like a sense of oh, this is an entirely new system or structure that I'm going to use, but rather you gave me a really good opportunity to help broaden my ideology of like what exactly is fitness and what is training.
Okay.
So that was really beneficial.
Okay, cool. What were your first goals for me when we started? Just not to die.
Literally that. Well, my first goal was one, I wanted to get you comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like,
check.
And that was literally it. Is I was like, okay, great. How do I mentally get him ready for the hardship that he's going to have to face? Because it's going to be hard. You know what I mean?
Yes, it was. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah. The second thing was quite literally getting you to go up and down the stairs without necessarily like huffing and puffing or having it take like 30 minutes to get up and down them. So those were my first major goals.
I did used to comment how TFN didn't have any kind of elevator or anything. It's like, this is not up to code. You can't get no handicapped people. There's no handicap access. Not up to code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. From your perspective, how far have it come since we started training together?
You're an entirely different person.
Entirely different
person.
Completely
in an
different.
Entirely different body.
Okay. Well, I'm not entirely different body, but mostly my knees still ache.
I mean, you literally you are more than you are less than half the weight that you were when you started.
560. Oh yeah.
And I'm saying not started just in general, but like before the surgery, but like before we started working together.
I'm less than half. Wait, I was like 470 something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. 200. Okay, 205 today. Okay.
Yeah.
What improvements have you noticed in my strength, endurance, and mobility?
All of it. You can do them all.
You can do it all.
So like your strength, I think the really good indication would be like do you struggle to go up and down stairs anymore?
No.
Exactly.
Not pretty easy actually. Well, it depends how many flights. But the fact that I can do any flights at all is still okay. Pretty. Like, wow, okay.
Exactly.
And they used to be my enemy. I saw stairs, and I thought, okay, do I really want to go into the building, or can I just leave and like not come back ever again? But now, like, oh, stairs. Okay, cool. Okay, I can do it.
Yep. And then you said strength. What was the other one? Endurance.
Endurance and mobility.
Oh, let me ask you if you remember this.
Right.
So this is right towards the tail end of TFM before we left, right? How long was your first walk to go a mile?
Oh, I couldn't finish a mile.
Exactly.
It took me like 45 minutes, and I couldn't finish a mile. I had to stop.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
So you're asking about endurance.
Yeah.
Like the fact that now our first world problem is when you start jogging, your knees start bothering you. You know what I mean? That's that's a brand new thing.
Right, because I can do 2 miles in an hour.
Yeah.
A little less than an hour. I can do 2 miles in a little less than an hour.
Yeah, so
But
your
before
endurance...
I couldn't finish 1 mile in an hour. It took me forever.
Yeah.
And I had to rest. I couldn't finish. I went on a walk,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to do a 1 mile. I got maybe like 90% of the mile, and then I had to stop. My knees were just not having it. I went to a park bench. I sat down, and I think I fell asleep because the sun was here, and then when I woke up, the sun was down here. Okay, and then I was rested enough to actually get back home. But now I can do about 2 miles in a little less than an hour.
Yeah, I mean, you used to worry about overheating. So remember, you used to walk at like 2 a.m.
Oh yeah. Yes, because I work nights. Mm-hmm. I used to work 2 a.m. because it's cooler, and now I actually feel cold. Like, where did my mask go? Where did my insulation go? It's like, okay. Are there any milestones that stand out to you as major wins?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I still get super excited by. I mean, there's so many. Literally, like, I remember the first day you going up and down the steps without you being like out of breath.
No, okay. I don't remember that. I don't really remember that. I remember stairs. Like, okay, stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that one still stands out to me.
Okay.
Because remember, we started running up and down the stairs then.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember those exercises?
Well, you ran. I tried to move a little faster.
Yeah.
You still say, jump up or, let's get going. Like, I'm not sure jumping is my thing just yet, but okay.
I think that was the first big milestone. The second one and this is where it was funny because the way I had to coach you changed.
Mm-hmm.
Where you broke into the 300s for the first time.
Okay.
And then suddenly you wanted to try everything under the sun.
I did?
Yes.
That was me?
Yes. Mark,
okay, I remember that.
It used to be, Mark, yeah, dude, you got this. You got this. It went from me being like pushing you forward, like you can do it, to me being like, oh, stop moving, Mark. You're going to hurt yourself. And you'd be like, nah, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to try a broad jump. I'm like, not at 390.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, bam, my knee.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I would sit there and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah.
But I think each of those big landmarks was really cool to see. So whether it be when you broke into the 300s for the first time, when you broke into the 200s for the first time.
Okay.
I think the other really cool landmarks to see would be like also your exercise, right? So you started... When you started, your hardest workout was literally pushing the sled back and forth for 30 minutes.
And you added weight.
Yeah.
Like so he gave me homework assignments, right? Mm-hmm. I had to go to the gym, Tyson's playground, okay?
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that.
You give me an assignment, okay? And then the next week you increase the weight of the push. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then you had me going backwards. Yeah. Okay, first you had me going forward, and I think, okay, that's the only thing the sled is used for. But no, you came up with other ways to use the sled.
Yep.
Like, okay.
But I think it was cool. You've had like a whole bunch of different iterations of your training. So the first one was very much, okay, a lot of tempo. You did that at the original place with the, I can remember the machine. And then we did ours, which was pretty much just baseline conditioning. Can you literally move, right? And then from there, once we left TFN and transitioned over into Tyson's Playground, that was really cool because that was the first time you started having to take accountability for your exercises outside of our standard sessions. Mm-hmm. And it was cool because that was the first time you made an active effort to go above and beyond. So that's when we were at Tyson's, that was the first time you started really practicing and doing conditioning on your own. Mm-hmm. That was also the first time you started doing workouts on your own, right? And then from there, it was cool because then we transitioned from, okay, great, you're doing 2 to 3 workouts a week, right? And you're not only that, but you're recovering from it.
Oh, yeah, right? That's good, yeah.
But to, okay, great, you came to me and said, hey, I want to go into CrossFit, and I want to try it. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was very reluctant.
Why were you reluctant?
Because the incentive doesn't align with the outcome a lot of the times with CrossFit. So, like, the whole thinking behind CrossFit, and again, sometimes it's phenomenal. This is not always the case. I mean, the average personal trainer sucks. Like, that's a normal thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Same thing goes with a normal CrossFit gym.
Okay.
Right. And again, because think about it, the incentive doesn't necessarily directly correlate with the outcome, nor is it easy to have a direct KPI, so key performance indicator. So for me, so that being said, it's like you don't really know how good a gym is or how bad a gym is because it's very hard to have any kind of performance indicators for how good they are.
Okay.
Right? Unless they have athletes who compete at like the CrossFit Games.
Okay.
You know, right. But like
most don't, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like me being like, oh, I know boxing. You should come take this boxing class with me.
Okay.
But then lo and behold, last time I boxed was in high school.
Okay.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
So it's it's very challenging to have a good understanding for where is the level of attention to detail for that gym.
Okay.
And then second piece with it is think about how the workouts are set up. The incentive is to teach an individual how to work really hard because everything is usually time sensitive.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of it is, yeah.
Exactly. So because of that, the incentive is not, oh, let's refine your technique, because does it make sense to teach somebody and refine their technique with the limitation of time?
Right. Also, it's a group class.
Exactly.
And so they do take the time to watch you, but it isn't like what we do.
Exactly. And that was my big concern, is because you have an individual who, and again, it's the way you can think about it, right? So like for jiu-jitsu, I was always taught the name of the game is not necessarily winning, but it's to never lose. Because if you never lose, you by default are going to win.
Okay.
Right? So for you, it's, okay, how do I make sure Mark never stops progressing? Well, he never stops progressing if, A, we stay on top of things and he's consistent with his training, and then B, he doesn't get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it scared me because I was worried that, like, you're in a new body that's 100 and plus pounds down.
Yep.
Right? You now have the mindset of, I'm fearless. I want to try everything.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? And
I did remember thinking that I felt stronger. I had more stamina.
Yeah.
I felt like I could do CrossFit. And I did CrossFit like years ago. And then I thought, okay, I feel stronger. I can feel a little more mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try CrossFit again. Okay. Because I feel stronger. Because I feel like I could do it now.
Yeah.
So that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's right across from Tyson's playground, so it's really easy to get there.
Yeah. That's why I was scared.
Okay.
So, but it worked.
How do you think my consistency has been overall?
Oh, phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Okay, great. I like that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Very important, consistency.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Mark, I think you've missed less days than I have on my finger. Like, than I can count on my fingers.
I think maybe one or two.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Across almost a 4-year spread.
Yeah. I also try to maintain that consistency with CrossFit. Like, very often I get up and I do not want to go work out and I don't want to go CrossFit, especially if they're doing an exercise I don't like the power snatch. I do not like, of all the lifts, the power snatch is the one I like the least.
Yeah.
I don't even like it. I don't like it. Okay. But on that day, I'll still go. I don't like it, but I'll still go. Yeah. Okay. So, we set a goal of getting my first pull-up. Why is that so important to me? It's for me. It's one of the things I've never been able to do. I've always wanted to do it, and it's been. I don't know how to say this. It tells me that I am not necessarily there yet. I'm not done yet. Okay. It tells me like I think of myself as being at negative, and I'm trying to get to 0. And then from 0, I want to get, stronger. Okay. If I can do my pull up, I feel like I'm at 0. And now I can start working, getting stronger. What steps are we taking to get me to the pull up?
So we're doing a few things. Well, so if you look at it from an upper body, like just upper body as a whole, right? We're actively having you do pull-ups, and we're changing the way we're going about doing it. So we're changing the mechanism and how we have it set up, so that we think I think we can get a little bit more from it, and we could be a little bit more specific on when you actually get the elastic tension from the band.
Okay.
Second thing is we're coupling that with some hypertrophy work to continue to get your lats stronger and your upper back and like your lower traps stronger as well. So pretty much all the muscles involved with the actual pull-up itself, we are ultimately trying to get it stronger. That's why we're prioritizing your protein when it comes to your nutrition.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that amongst other reasons. It's one of those things where it addresses many things. And then from there, a lot of it is again hypertrophy focused around the muscles around it. Because for you'll notice that we usually stick with smaller rep ranges when we're looking for your chin-ups because our goal is to express strength. So think of that as the dependent variable. Okay. The independent variable, the thing that we're changing is pretty much the load, so the band tension, right? And primarily the accessories. We're looking to progressively overload the accessories as a means of also as simultaneously progressing that chin up. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's kind of how we're doing it.
Okay. Fun little anecdote. Yesterday, okay, he had 2 bars, right? And hit the band across the bar. Okay. I step on the band. I pull up. I come down. Pull up. Come down. Now I'm supposed to step back onto the bench, but I step forward. Okay. And the band whap comes up and smacks me in the ass. Like, whoosh. Now he laughed for like 30 minutes. Okay. Admittedly, I gave him a good laugh, but careful. We put the band across, and then I'm saying, it's careful about that. It's careful about that. Okay.
The reason why I was laughing was because I told you to be careful, step back. You look at me, go okay, and you step forward.
It just seemed natural to step forward, okay? Because you put the bench behind the band. Here's the band. He put the bench, and I was supposed to step back onto the bench, but it just felt natural to step forward, and I wasn't thinking that. Bam! Right. Okay. Woo! Okay, that was fun. Okay. How long do you think it will realistically take to achieve that pull-up goal?
That one I actually don't know.
Okay.
The reason why I don't know is because one, we just changed the mechanism of how we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having the band loop around at the bottom, we're changing one around.
Mm-hmm.
And then second piece is it's also very hard to measure because a lot of the times you'll come in the middle of the week, right? When do you usually start your first day when it comes to training?
Well, I train every day of the week. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So what day do you usually start? Like if you were to start your week on Sunday, right? Do you go in and you work out? I'm talking CrossFit. Like
no, CrossFit I do Tuesday. I begin Tuesday.
Perfect. Yeah. Right. So if you do it on Tuesday, depending on what you guys are, and then what do you do on Monday? I just want to blank.
On Monday I do yoga and if possible CrossFit, but the CrossFit is not always on the menu.
So a lot of the times that's what it's going to be dependent on. Because Tuesdays have a tendency to be a lower body day at CrossFit.
Yeah.
Mondays usually tend to be like kind of
either cardio or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So because of those two things, usually you're already coming in at like I don't want to say a fatigue state, but a more fatigued than like 100% good to go. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, do I think you need to be 100% good to go right now? No. I'll be honest with you. I think we still need to be able to, make sure that shoulder is feeling better, especially with the thing going on with the scapula. And then second thing is we just got to put a little bit more muscle mass on you. That's all.
Okay.
We just got to be able to continue to practice it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. It just depends. It depends on whether or not you can stay healthy. And then, of course, the second thing is what you're doing outside. So as long as you're practicing and making sure that you're maximizing each rep, both within our sessions, which I'll make sure we're doing, and then also outside of our sessions, I mean, the faster you'll get there.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so beyond pull-up, what other goals should I be aiming for in the next 6 to 12 months prior to my plastic surgery, which is in April?
So for that, it just depends. It depends on how you want to phrase that, or like what you want to like kind of specialize or focus on it. So it's like, go ahead.
Well, my concern is that when I get the plastic surgeries, I'm not going to be able to exercise for a while. I mean, it's at least 6 weeks. Okay, at least 2 weeks, I can't do anything. I can't even drive. Okay, then 4 more weeks where I might be able to move around a little bit, but I'm not going to really be able to do any kind of serious exercise. And then during that time, I'm gonna, atrophy. I'm not gonna gain anything. I'm probably gonna go back, and so I want to. I don't know how to say it. Front load it now, so that when I go regress, I don't regress too far. That's my main concern with the surgeries.
Okay, boom. So that's what you should focus on, or not necessarily setting a goal based off of, like don't miss the forest for the trees.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the trees would be getting a pull-up. The trees would be hitting your protein, right? Understanding what the forest or what the actual game you're playing is a little bit more important. So for us, our goal is to focus on decreasing or putting you in a position where you can maintain as much muscle mass going into the surgery.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we know that's not going to hurt you. We know that's going to be super beneficial.
Right.
Right, and then above all else, you already start like establishing those habits that you can bounce back to once you come out of the surgery.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the way I like to describe it is you are essentially right now, between now and April, you are establishing a blueprint for, okay, what is the lifestyle I need to live in order to continue to make progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
From there, once you go through the surgeries, your main focus should just be recovering.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And then once you get the go-ahead, it's, okay, great. This is the target. This is not what I need to jump back into, but this is where I know I can be. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
The difference being is you've been in a position where you've been creating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when was the last time you've ever been as light as you are now?
When I was in second grade.
Exactly. So that being said, when you were in second grade, do you really remember what it was like in second grade?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So right now you've created a lifestyle that changed from 550 at your heaviest,
Yeah.
right, to now 200 and I haven't checked your weight.
I'm 205 today.
205.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. To 205 today. Right. That was not done overnight, nor is it going to be done overnight after your surgery. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what I care about right now is that you're mentally taking note of the habits and the way you have your life established, so that it's not that we can jump right back into it, but rather you have a blueprint for how to get there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Because after surgery, congratulations, you're going to be in a different body.
Oh yeah, I guess
You
so.
see what I'm saying?
I said yeah.
Like different body.
Right.
So ultimately, you're going to have to take that same process we took in the very beginning, which is one, start light, start small. Right.
Okay.
The way I like to describe it is it's no different than you're playing a game here and you're trying to teach me.
Oh yeah.
Right. Ultimately you're just trying to get a feel for making sure that I have a good understanding for where is my starting point.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
For you, we're gonna have to reestablish where Mark's starting point is.
Okay.
And then from there, we're gonna develop those habits and develop those lifestyle which you've already created because you have a blueprint. Right. This is round 2. It's not round 1 anymore.
Right.
Right. Where we can. I don't want to say fast track, but we have essentially a blueprint that we can follow to get you to the point where you need to be.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So the first thing I would say is if you want to be able to retain muscle mass, right now we probably should be focusing on putting muscle mass on.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, do it.
Because we know that that's going to be the important piece. So your primary focus with that would be number 1 is making sure that you're consuming enough protein. Right? Now, generally speaking, you want to have around 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. However, that is the target. Know that may not be necessarily where we're at. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're doing slow, gradual builds to your protein.
Right. Okay.
Right, because I don't want you to have a lot of GI issues unless you want to spend more time in the bathroom than you do at Taco Bell.
I don't.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So that's where I would say priority number 1 needs to be outside of the gym.
Okay.
In the gym, that's where I just want you to continue to push yourself. You're gonna push yourself, stay healthy, make sure you're not doing anything that's gonna make sure you're not putting your weight purposely in harm's way. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So the idea I had was I'll be recovering, right? Okay. And he said, I have bandages, right? But I should be able to still move my arms. So I had this idea, maybe get some 10-pound weights, put them right by the bed, and now I'm lying in bed. Maybe I can just do some 10-pound presses while I'm lying in bed.
You could.
That may not be a good idea because I might hurt something or other. He said something. I have some kind of. He didn't say shunt, but some kind of drainage thing that I have to.
Oh, drainage. Yeah.
So he said, maybe I should. He said, don't do anything. Okay. But I'm thinking nothing. Maybe I can't do a little. Not even 10 pounds.
Well, that's see that thing. I would just say take it one step at a time. That's an April problem.
That is an April problem. Okay.
So, but does that answer your question? I know that was a long-winded way of answering it.
I get it. Yeah.
I just want to make sure you have the route.
Thank you. I appreciate that. How do you design my workouts to fit my unique situation?
I have a A and a B. So I have workout A and I have workout B. Because your what makes your situation unique is that you have multiple variables at play.
Oliver, you want to come meet my trainer?
Nice to meet you, Oliver.
I did the best I could. I think I got him down to a good weight now.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Oliver, come here. Come this way.
Okay.
Hello. This is my brother Oliver. That's right. Yeah. This is my personal trainer Oliver. Okay. I'll see you later.
Later.
Okay. Yeah. So design my workouts to fit my unique situation.
So what makes your situation unique is that you have multiple training stimuluses coming in. So meaning that you do multiple things, right? It's not just our one-on-one training sessions, right? So
you're gonna do CrossFit,
exactly,
and also do Pilates every so often.
Exactly. So that being said, what I do is I have a option A, which is okay, great. This is going to be an upper body focus. This is going to be the thing that we want to work on. So we've been using your personal training sessions as a way of being having deliberate practice on the one thing that you want to continue to improve on, right? So remember, I want to say it was 3 months ago, our major focus was getting your knees a little bit stronger, right?
Yeah.
So we did that.
Right? We do lunges now. I can do a lunge now.
Exactly.
Okay, I couldn't do one at all before. Okay. Then you had me stand next to the rails. Okay, slowly go down, slowly go. Then you put a band, and you have me use a band to slowly go down.
Yep.
And now I can get up off the ground just with my legs most of the time. Maybe not the first thing in the morning. I have to warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
But now, yes. Okay.
So it's like we've been using those personal training sessions as a way of really being fine-tuned and deliberate about what's going on when it comes to like where you want to improve on, and using CrossFit as like this overarching concept. So the example would be, okay, great. If you want to get better at math, right? Math would be considered CrossFit, right? If it's a specific piece like algebra, great. That's all we're focusing on our personal training sessions. You see what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
So for you, option A is going to be focusing on that chin up, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then option B is lower body intensive. Because if we find that some days, like if you have, a really heavy military press or you have some kind of heavy dumbbell work the day before, then I want to make sure that we can quickly pivot.
Yeah.
Right.
You're very good at pivoting, actually. You're very, like, you're doing one thing and then you change in midway. It's like, okay, very cool. Okay, I like that.
That's how I go about setting up your training. And then I usually run it in 4 weeks. And then after that, I do that's why I always ask you every 4 weeks. If you ever notice, I always ask at the very beginning of the month.
Really.
Yeah, I was like, hey, so just out of curiosity, is this our goal still? I just want to confirm.
Oh, you do? Okay, yes. I do that. Yes, you do that. Right. Yes.
So it just helps me give a reevaluation to say, okay, great. Did this structure, one, based off of your progress so far, has the structure worked? Do we need to refine some things? Is it time to change some accessories out? And then above all else, are we still pointing in the same direction?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any exercises you've added or removed based on my progress?
Yeah, there's a host. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll just remove exercises on a week-by-week thing. It just depends.
Okay.
So the reason why I say that is because, like, sometimes exercises will fall in a couple different categories. Some are literally just there for you to learn a certain movement pattern.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. Others are there because they're for, like, rehab. Like, right? So the example would be, we have a little cat.
Excuse me. Okay, that's a blooper. There you go. Okay, thank you.
So, long story short, I mean, yeah, I actively do it on sometimes the bigger ones are usually on a month-by-month basis.
Okay.
Right? The smaller ones are usually on a week-by-week basis. And again, when I say smaller, it usually just depends on what the intent of the exercise is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, we used to do TKEs. So remember when we used to have that band around the bar and we would have you straighten your leg out?
Oh, yeah.
Right? We haven't done those in forever.
Right. Because my knees are a little stronger now.
Exactly. And then also we found that, like, certain things, like, don't help you as much. Right?
Right.
So, or an example would be, we used to have you do, what was it? I can't remember the variation of weighted get-ups we used to have you do. But it was practicing pretty much getting you up and down and using it as a way of warming up your shoulder.
Oh, that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, we've had a lot of variations. Oh, I love how the cat's just right there.
I have to put her away. Okay, put you down. No, don't give her cuddles. No, she's now.
So, does that answer your question?
Yes. Okay, so, about my shoulder. So, again, a while back, I got into the handstand. We did it 5 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Ever since then, my right shoulder has been messed up. Can you explain what you noticed about my shoulder before I went to the doctor?
You have scapular winging. So,
Hold on, okay, fine, you stay there. Okay.
So, what I noticed is a couple things. One is, like...
Okay, so I have scapular winging.
Yes.
Okay.
So meaning your shoulder blade, as opposed to it being kind of glued to the rib cage. So think of the shoulder blade as nothing more than like a slide. It just kind of shifts and moves around your rib cage, right? So for us, we try to us as a coach, at least I try to simplify it. So I'm like, all right, your shoulder moves in 4 ways. It goes this way, this way, this way, this way, right? But realistically, it's more of a glide. Like it kind of shifts and slides.
Okay.
Yours doesn't, like the bottom of the wing kind of kicks up and stays up.
Yep.
Right? So that's the structural thing I noticed, is that for whatever reason the winging occurs, right? As a byproduct of it, we struggle to have any kind of shoulder flexion, and you'll notice that your forearm or your humerus right here, right? Not your forearm, your humerus right here likes to rotate out, and I think that's just as a result because it can't.
But this wants to pop out.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, like I could give you a host of reasons why I think that's the case, but that's the objective thing that I noticed is right around here. That's where you'll start rotating out, and you like it almost clears space for your arm to go back up.
Okay.
Next thing I noticed is that it has a lot of weakness at this 90 degree at like this 90 degree position. Like if I apply, exactly, and if I apply any pressure, this thing collapses in 10 seconds.
And also I feel more of the work up here.
Mm-hmm.
My traps. Right?
Yeah, that's your upper trap.
Yeah.
So it's like those are the things that I noticed. The reason why I wanted you to go see the doctor wasn't necessarily because of what I noticed, but because of the context and how it happened, right? Because it took about 2 weeks for you to be able to just move it without necessarily 2 to 3 weeks for you to actually be able to move it without having an ungodly amount of pain.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the major reason why, is because I was like, okay, great. So now that all the acute injury is pretty much or acute inflammation and now that we've had some time from that, since we still have limitations here, I think it's important that we go see the doctor. Even though I asked you to do it when it first happened, but that's okay.
Well, okay. I felt I was getting better. I did have an appointment. I did make an appointment with a physical therapist, but then I had to reschedule it. I didn't go back to it, partially because I was feeling better. I was feeling stronger. Because I couldn't do this without pain before, but now I can. But then you saw that, and I went to the doctor. So I went to the doctor today.
Oh, what did they say?
The doctor gave me so I explained what happened. She gave me a referral to an ortho.
Okay.
What do you think? Okay. She said, okay. Diagnosis: wing scapula of right side, muscle tightness, weakness of right shoulder. Referral to MSK Orthopedic Surgery Sports Medicine. She also said I should go see a physical therapist, and she also gave me a muscle relaxant.
For your shoulder.
Yeah, for my shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah,
And she asked me, can I move this? Can I do that? She also saw the scapula out of place because she asked me to because you took pictures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did the same movement for her, and she said, "Oh yeah, it's coming up." Okay. And so again, she sent me to the orthopedic surgery, sports medicine. She says I should go see a physical therapist. I used Arasati before. I'm probably going back to them because I just know them. I like them. And then she gave me muscle relaxants, and we'll see how that works. How would a muscle relaxant help or affect our training?
Actually, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
It depends on the individual. it depends on the individual. Sometimes we gotta stay away from it. Others don't mind it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, as long as your doctor said that there's no contraindications for training, then.
No, I didn't ask her, but she didn't seem. I mean, she knows what. She asked me what I do. Okay, and told her I do CrossFit, I do personal training, and she didn't mention anything about that. So I'm assuming it's good.
Yeah, I mean, in which case, if we find that it does affect your training, right, and it's not something that I can physically see, then please let me know.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, nutrition. So before you had me do 100 grams of protein and about 1,500 calories a day. That was working great for several months. I was losing about 10 pounds a week. 10 pounds a month. Excuse me. I was losing about 10 pounds a month. Then recently you changed it to 130 grams of protein. Why was that?
Why?
Yeah.
So, for context, the reason why I had you starting off at 1,500 calories was because when I had you measured at first, you weren't eating a lot to begin with.
I wasn't?
I don't think so. No, remember, because you were originally at fluids. You gotta remember, because I started when you were
when I first started. Yeah.
So for us, it was slowly about building you up, and then just giving you a number for the sake of giving you a number to control it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then regulating your calories based off of what your activity level was.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It wasn't very high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll be honest with you, and I would always do some kind of check-ins just to make sure that you weren't just super out of it. You were already going to see the doctor, so I knew that they had your blood and everything like that, and if something was off, they would let us know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was more so of just here's a constant variable I want you to keep just for the sake of having a constant variable so that you have control over it.
Okay.
Because the more activity you do and the more in shape you're gonna get, the more weight you're gonna lose.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was more of a science experiment of hey, this is what I noticed you already consistently eat. Let's keep this number here. Bang. Right. Perfect. Now let me start increasing your protein just to make sure that you're recovering well.
Okay.
Great. Boom. Keep these two to the same because guess what? You're making progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's focus, instead of focusing on your calories and your nutrition, right? When I say focus on it, I don't necessarily mean log it. When I say focus, I mean it's more of okay, this is the independent variable. This is what we're going to be looking to change.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. Our nutrition, I just wanted to make sure you have control over it so we have an idea for what's going on. Reason for is because in instances where we have Christmas or Thanksgiving and you have a surplus of calories, it should never be a surprise as to why are we heavier today?
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Be surprised, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So it mitigates a lot of like it just keeps it gets an eye on the target.
Okay.
Right. The reason why I had you increase your protein is for the reason we had recently talked about, which I was like, okay, great. Like, you're working out a lot, you're feeling good. However, what I found is you had issues a lot of the times, or not necessarily a lot of times, but more so with your recovery now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because of how often you're working out.
Right. Okay.
So as a result, I'm just trying to get you to slowly increase your protein to help account for that. Now, calories are probably gonna have to go up eventually.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Like, and they probably already have from like time to time. Exactly.
Yeah,
so like
getting 130 grams, it just naturally increases the.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's like, all right, just great. Just start increasing your protein so that you're eating a little bit more. Yes, your body weight isn't going to drop down. It's probably going to either flatline or go up a little bit. However, right now we're not in we are no longer in the goal of let's continue to lose a whole bunch of weight. Because if we have to lose a whole bunch of weight, we are by product having to put you in a caloric deficit, which simultaneously means you're now opening the door to losing muscle mass.
Okay.
And is right now the time to lose muscle mass?
No.
Exactly.
No. Actually, I've been 205 for the last 3 days. I've been straight.
Yeah.
So that's good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for us, and this is where the hard part is going to be for you, or like was for you a little bit at first, was being okay not having a weight goal.
I'm not okay with it entirely. I still want
Exactly.
to get to 200. I still
But
want,
that's okay.
Okay.
You literally just spent the past like 2 years having a weight goal.
Yes. That's
You know
right.
what I
Yes.
mean?
Right.
Like, and granted, like for most individuals, you know, you probably wouldn't want that number as like your weight goal for a very long time, right? Like just because it could lead to a lot of issues. But for you, it was like it was needed.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean, it was needed for health reasons. So for us, now you're essentially you're a victim of your own success to some degree.
Okay.
We're like, you know what I mean? Where it's like it's a change, it's a pivot,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that we're gonna have to get comfortable with. But ultimately, right now, as long as you're consuming your protein and you're eating, you know, eating a good amount to the point where like you're feeling not necessarily feeling full, but like eating enough
Mm-hmm.
and determining enough based off of are you able to recover and feel good, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Then you'll be in a good spot.
What advice do you have for recovery after intense workouts?
So, well, first off, no matter what, sleep is going to be your number one.
Get a pound of sleep. Right? I got 3 hours last night.
Oh, jeez. All right, yeah.
Okay,
so,
for some reason I just had insomnia. I couldn't get back to sleep again. I had 3 hours of sleep.
Mhm.
But that happens often. Not often. It happens from time to time, partially because I work nights.
Yeah.
But okay, so sleep. And you think you asked me to track my sleep once? I think right. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. Did you ask me to track my sleep?
I mean, not recently. I probably have at some point in
Yeah.
time. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, man.
I think I have asked me to do that
Yeah.
before. But yeah.
We've done a host of things though. Like we've literally gone through the whole circuit of like what we could track for when it comes to like health.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I would say the first thing whenever it comes to recovery is just making sure you get your sleep first and foremost. Like keep it simple.
Okay.
So are you sleeping? Are you eating? And are you drinking water?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like do those things and understand that, especially after a hard workout, your body's probably going to be a little hurting the next day, but it'll hurt a little less.
Good. Okay.
You know what I mean? And you're at least putting the fuel in for it to be able to continue to grow and build.
Okay, awesome. Well, speaking of fuel, like I said, recently I sent you the first AI plan diet that Microsoft Copilot provided for me. What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, what
Actually, I have it here. Actually, if you want,
Sure.
somewhere here. Do I? Maybe not. Yeah, here you go. 7-day nutrition plan and a grocery list.
Which one's which?
This is a grocery list. This is a 7-day nutrition plan.
Gotcha. Is this all from Copilot or?
Yeah, it's from Copilot.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing that I saw, like I'll be honest, there was nothing that like really like popped out and was like alarming to me.
Okay.
The only thing is the numbers are off.
The calories?
Like if you add all these calories that it's telling you to eat, it does not equal 1900.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Wait.
Because I literally sat down and I counted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, pre-meal protein is 160. That's true. And just crack an egg is 250. Which one's where is it missing?
Oh, I'm saying like if you add all these, it does not equal 190.
Oh, so 160 plus 250, all these is not equal? Is that right?
Yeah. So I would say
I
like
did not check that. Okay.
yeah. So I would say like yeah. So I would say like that was the one thing.
Okay.
I didn't go through each of them, but that's like the one that like kind of popped out because I looked and I was like 280. That we'll say that's 300. That's 600. That's 800. That's 1,000. That's 1,500, if you will.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's 1,500. That's 450.
And that's just 1900.
And that's just rounding up.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good to know. I did not check the numbers. I just assumed. Okay, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I mean, that's what I'd say. Is
Okay.
No, I mean, honestly, like, I don't mind anything that it has, like, in here when it comes to, like, your food. Like, there's nothing in here that I was like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to me, I'm a simple guy in the sense of, like, I like numbers, and I like seeing what your progress is.
Okay.
Right? So, if you're progressing, great. Let's keep it rolling. We'll look at small little things to help refine it, but understand that we're only going to focus on those small little things to continue to refine it. Right? And then we're going to keep on going from there. We're going to stack the chips. Right? So for you, I would say, like, if you want to use this structure, feel free to. Right? But just know that you're going to have to play with the serving sizes on each of these.
Okay.
So that it can actually hit those numbers.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
What do you think about the use of creatine and collagen?
Creatine, I don't mind. So this is actually really interesting, and this just depends on where you go. So Juliana, when she went to her dental school, they were doing it was some kind of bio class that she was taking, but they were talking about how creatine can sometimes mess with the kidneys.
Okay.
However, I've heard other literature that said otherwise.
Okay.
So I think, I'll be honest with you, like, I would say if it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. This is like one of those things where it's like 0.001% of what really matters.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So if you want to supplement with it, fantastic, great, as long as your kidneys are healthy.
I do want to try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said to drink more water. So
Exactly.
Water.
So, like, great. You're drinking water. That's going to help. Creatine, fantastic. Have fun.
Okay.
That's what I think about it.
Okay.
Collagen I think would be helpful for you just because, especially knowing you and your tendons, like,
Yeah.
I don't see it hurting. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Does it answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else about my nutrition? I can't think of anything right now. Okay. Next question. What do you think has kept me motivated so far?
I think a multitude of things. I think your motivation has probably changed throughout the years. You know what I mean?
Really? How's that? What do you think?
I think at first your motivation was just because, like, it was literally life or death.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah,
Like, that was literally one of our
Yeah.
conversations. So, second thing I would say is what motivated you was it was like a mix between stick and a carrot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, at first it was very much
You're my
the stick.
Yeah.
And then the carrot became, oh my gosh, I'm making a lot of progress.
Okay, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then once you broke into the 300, you said, oh, I can do this.
Okay.
And then from there, I think that really became the driving factor for, like, how you got from 300 to 200. And then how you got from, like, 299 to where you are now, I think was a mix of, was more of a byproduct of you just really enjoying working out.
See,
and
you
being
say
able to do
that,
more.
but I don't enjoy it. I don't know where you
Yeah.
get the idea that I enjoy working out. I don't know where that comes from.
How do I phrase it? Instead of I shouldn't say working out so much as I would say the ability to do stuff that you didn't think you could do.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, right. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Like at yoga today, we did something called a grasshopper pose, where like you squat down, maybe do a squat, and then put your leg. Okay, so your left leg, right leg, and you do a squat. Okay, and put your right leg behind your left leg, and put your right hand down. And so it's like you're doing a one-legged squat with one leg sticking out to the side. That was really hard. I could barely do it, but I could do it. I could kind of do it. Yes. Okay.
Like, I remember the
I need
first
help
time.
with it though.
Yeah. Like, I think those became the driving forces for why you really stuck with it. Was because it was like, at first it was because you had to, and then it evolved into, oh, I may not like working out, but I love working it out. Yeah, it was kind of like Muhammad Ali. Like, you know how he said he hated every workout, but man, did he love winning.
Yeah, winning's good. Winning's fun. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like that same kind of concept. I think that's what really drove you. What about you?
What can me motivated?
Yeah.
Momentum. So, prior to the bariatric surgery, I tried several different efforts to try and lose weight, and they would work for a short time. Okay, but then it was just too hard or too long or just too difficult. Like Weight Watchers, you had a food plan and you had to do these points. And if you stuck to it, yeah, it worked, but it's so tedious. It was just hard to do. CrossFit, you know, when I did CrossFit years ago, I got into that and I went really hard, but I was sore and in pain 24. You know how you're talking about recovery?
Yeah.
I never recovered. I just never recovered.
Yeah.
Like I was sore in pain 24/7, and that burnt me out, so I stopped that. But then after getting surgery and losing enough weight to be able to walk again, and then slowly getting into working out again, I felt like I had momentum, and that momentum like helps me keep going forward, because I don't like to, because it concerns me that I might lose momentum, because that concerns me then I'll just fall back into bad habits. So momentum keeps me motivated to keep going forward, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stall. I don't want to like and bam. Okay, so I just want to keep going, and I want to stay away from anything that's going to stall me. Yeah, that's how I try and keep motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting their fitness journey after major weight loss,
Just starting
their fitness journey after major weight loss?
Okay, kind of like somebody who's like in your position,
Mm-hmm.
or so. Just keep going. Have fun with it.
Have fun with it.
Well, like seriously, like I think like if you can find some kind of like, don't get me wrong, you're not gonna love every aspect of training.
Mm.
You're not gonna love every aspect of working out. Like I get a thrill out of that feeling of like my heart pumping.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's like I'm a big adrenaline junkie.
Okay, you're crazy. I get it.
Exactly, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Like it is what it is. But everyone has their thing that they enjoy about training, right? Whether it be like the camaraderie of the gym,
That's
right?
cool. I like that about CrossFit. Yeah.
Yeah, whether it be like the fact that we can have one-on-one conversations while we're training,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some people like the intricacies of the little details, right? What I would say is go in with open eyes and see what you find. See what gems pop out at you,
Mm.
and then from there keep going back and learn more about them.
Okay.
You know?
How do you help somebody get through plateaus or setbacks?
It depends. It depends what the plateau or the setback is. So it's like if it's in the gym related, those are the easiest to kind of figure out, just because it becomes a plug and play. So time is on our side. So an example would be, okay, great. If you stalled on your chin ups,
Mm-hmm.
right? What are things that we're going to be adjusting?
Okay.
Well, we're going to change the modality on how we actually go about your chin up.
Okay.
So the example would be right now, your chin ups were doing really, really well up until we reached a black band around that belt. Yeah, you know what I mean? So now we've got to figure it out, right?
Wait, get it. Go.
Aw.
Go away.
Come
Go away. Okay.
Yeah. So like now we're in a position where we got to play around with some things. We either have to play around with how we do the exercise. We could play around with the accessories.
Okay.
But ultimately, like, time is on our side, and that's where I say it becomes fun, because it's like we're sitting in a sandbox and we're just playing and trying things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're trying things. I'm being tortured to death. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit, but it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, he likes torturing
Right?
people. Yes.
So that would be like if it's in the gym, right?
Okay.
It could also be a psychological thing. If I'm having somebody, so like I have a kid, for example, who he's a really, really good rower, but he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And his biggest issue was never anything dealing with physical.
Okay.
He just was scared to push himself again.
Okay.
So the way we get over that plateau is by like graded exposure. You know what I mean? So
graded exposure.
yeah, like what
Okay.
you would see like graded exposure theory that you would see in like psychology,
Uh-huh.
right? Applying that same concept now for training. So it's like, okay, great. I need you to push hard, or what you think is hard, a little bit today.
Okay.
Then we're gonna do it a little bit more. Then we're gonna do a little bit more. Then we're gonna do a little bit more. You know what I mean?
And then you can see build confidence, and you can see that you've done it and not hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you kind of enjoy it again.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? And if it's something external outside of the gym, so say it's a setback that deals with more personal life stuff, that stuff, you just let it go. I mean, if it's not, you can only focus on controlling the controllable.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something dealing with your family or something like that, and it's causing you a lot of like turmoil, or like, especially being a personal trainer, I have a lot of people who have kids who are coming back, you know what I mean, from Thanksgiving, or like,
right.
you know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
or they're hosting a whole bunch, and we know that right now is probably not the best time when it comes to their fitness or their nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Or another one, for example, like her parents are getting a little older,
Mm-hmm.
right? So because of that, everything associated with that. So the doctor's visits, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
the health implications that occur whenever you're getting up in age, like that's a lot of stress. And sometimes there's phases. Sometimes the phase isn't necessarily supposed to be a thing where you're supposed to be pushing on your health, right? Sometimes you just got to focus on being there for family,
Right.
and getting your health in and maintaining,
Yes.
right?
Maintaining, yes.
So it's more about reading the situation and taking what God gives you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, let me ask you. What's been the most rewarding part of training me?
Oh, easily watching like your progress. And then I think one of my favorite things is having somebody come up to me to whisper about your progress.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It
Oh,
used to
really?
Yeah.
At Texas Playground?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
Everywhere I've been,
Huh?
they've always come in. Is that Mark? Is that Mark? It's like, wow, he looks
Really?
so different.
I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
I think you told me that once, actually. I think you did tell me that once. Okay.
I think the most rewarding thing is, and I'll be honest with you, I think that stuff is really cool. I get more excited about telling you about it.
Oh, okay.
But I think the most rewarding thing about training with you is seeing your transformation as a person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. How have I transformed as a person?
You used to say like 5 words a session.
Oh, that's because I couldn't breathe.
Well, that and also you were very like timid. Like if I introduced you to somebody else, I remember your eyes would always be down. You'd always kind of like,
okay,
hi.
Push out there. Okay.
Yeah, hi, bye, okay, thank you. Like you were like kind of quiet and like to yourself. You know, like you would have never done the group activities like that, like CrossFit.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I
don't know. From my perspective, that I think is my favorite thing. It's really cool. It's been really cool to see your transformation from oh, I can't do that to I don't know if I can do that. Let me try.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. And you
like,
tell me to slow down a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly, and the whole personality swing between those two.
Okay.
Because that's an entirely different person.
Okay. Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Great. Okay. What's been the most challenging part of training me?
I think it depends. 2 things. One was having to reevaluate the things that really matter when you first started.
Okay.
That was the challenging part. Is because it changed my perspective from training, and it really brought me down to the fundamentals.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it was cool. The second thing is helping make sure that I'm putting you in the right position to be successful. And knowing that, like, that initial switch of me having to be like, go from like, you got this to, oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
I think that was the other challenging part, is because my personality type is very much like Sparta kick, let's rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me to have to learn that different switch of like, oh, let me not kick, hold up.
You don't get hurt yourself, got it. Okay.
Exactly. So I think that has been the most like kind of challenging piece is one, the ability to refine my concepts as a coach, right? My programming, coaching, like just the details behind it. And the second piece is understanding coaching from a psychological perspective of, oh, this isn't Mark from like 4 years ago. You know what I mean? 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's been cool.
Okay.
So
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
What advice would you give for long-term success for somebody who's trying to have long-term success?
I would say,
Is it consistency? Is it methodology? Is it having a good attitude? Is it having a good mindset?
I'll be honest with you. I think it's consistency is key. So it's like the cool thing about training is time is in your favor. The longer you do it, the better off you're going to be.
Okay.
Right. But what I find is, and again, that's pretty much it. Like, because ultimately you're going to go through phases where you're not going to be in good moods when it comes to training. That like
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I see my own personal training right now, like my own lifting. Like, we got a rocky relationship right now,
Okay.
but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
There's been times where I was, positioning myself to compete at the Arnold.
Mhm.
There's been times where I couldn't even lift to the bar on my back because my leg was numb.
Oh. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, I think it's one of those things that you won't always be able to have a good attitude, but you can always show up.
Right.
And I think that's the important piece, is just showing up and taking what you're given and keep on rolling.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Reggie. How do you say your last name? Mo.
Say crouton.
Sekrutan? What?
No, say with an N.
Mukutan.
Without the R.
Mutan.
There it is.
Mutan. Okay.
Yeah, Mouton.
So, Reggie Mutan. You're with Monarch Systems, right?
Yep.
Okay. You're owner operator of Monarch Systems.
Yep.
Okay. What kind of training do you do besides me? You also do powerlifting, weightlifting.
So I do powerlifting, and then personal training. It ranges. So a lot of the times either tend to be general population. So like anybody who's really just kind of just looking for general fitness, right?
Okay.
And I also do like sports specific. So I've actually been helping out with a lot of rowers.
Rowers?
So, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you have any particular preference, specialty?
Specialty? My specialty is in powerlifting through and through.
Powerlifting, okay.
Yeah. So anything that deals with strength sport hands down my favorite. Like
Okay.
that is like, and it's not necessarily my favorite. It's just more of my specialty. Like that's just the thing I spent the most time kind of focusing on and really fine tuning.
Okay.
So that's yeah.
Okay. How many more clients can you take on? You know, because
Ooh, it depends. So powerlifting, I'm at max capacity right now, and then for personal training, probably another 2 to 3, if
Okay.
that. So
okay. So spots are limited.
yeah.
Okay. I put a link to his website in the video below, in the description below. Reggie, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry about my cats. They've been misbehaving.
Oh,
Okay,
you're good.
I have another one I put away in the room because they were arguing. They were not good. Okay. But yeah, again, thank you very much.
Of
I
course.
appreciate it. And we look forward to next year. Hopefully pull up, and then I'm waiting to come up with a new one after pull up. It's a good goal, but after pull up.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Well, I think actually that, remember we were talking about it. That may be time to start and get you into some kind of like martial art.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, some little boxing maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jiu-jitsu maybe. We'll find out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time,
Mhm.
thank you, and I'll see you later. Adios. Thank you.
Awesome. Of course.
Okay.